Jimmy. Not a conversation we ever thought we'd be having, but last week the news was terrible. A young fighter, 21 years old, was murdered in Doncaster.
Yeah, Lee, not a conversation I just said we never thought we'd have, but it needs speaking about Tom and what he meant to everybody in boxing. VIP fighter, managed Steve Wood. Yourself knew him very well, and massive loss to everyone in boxing.
I came down to when he came to us in his fourth fight, where he'd had a couple of strange fights where he'd fought kids who he took their roles. I think the first lad was a kid called Scott McCormack.
Yeah, from Glasgow, yeah.
And then another lad who was 5-0 in his third fight, Razak
Najib, from Sheffield, a local derby fight. Yeah, both lads at the time were managed by Dennis Hobson. Tom in away corner, so with back boxing, you're not the home fighter, so things are against you, you're up against it. But a great cracking little 6-round contest, and Tom got his hand.
What's surprising about this is at the time he would have only been 18 going on 19 years old.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's in fights like that, Lee, that he shouldn't be having at that stage.
No, definitely not.
That's firstly the character of Tom, and secondly the talent of what Tom had. You've watched hundreds of rounds of him sparring in our gym and little flashes.
Well, when you think about the people that he had sparred with, in weight category above him, and some of the best in the world, and one of them is the best in the world now, and he was regular sparring partners with him. Yeah,
he put posts out there on social media, which heavily he was a headache for anyone. He caused anyone problems. His last camp he's just done with Charlie Edwards, he were asked personally to be in that camp by his coach Grant Smith from Steel City, Sheffield, and it just caused everyone a headache. He was that good, and sparring, we both understand that. But what he did, and you look back on the couple of fights that are out there, little change of his feet and angles.
How old was he when he turned over? He must
18.
Have been 18. Only
yeah.
Just an 18.
Just 18, yeah. He didn't turn over with me, Lee. He turned over with his trainer at that time, Matt Scriven. Dennis Hobson managed. He came from Doncaster Plant Works Amateur Boxing Club.
Well, that's where when he come down fighting at our show, that's where he was fighting out of.
We talked about that, didn't we? Yeah. And Paul, his trainer, his amateur, he didn't want him to turn over. And if it had come to me, I honestly don't know the answer. Potentially because he'd done as much as what he thought he could do in the amateurs, but he'd have gone on to win ABA titles and potentially much more. I'd have turned him at 19s, 20s.
Now would have been the perfect age.
Perfect, that, Lee. He'd have been perfect. More mature in stature, built thicker frame wise. When you look back at some of them pictures at 18, 19, he was tiny.
He had a frame very similar to Derry Matthews.
Yeah.
Fantastic set of shoulders on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Lee. It'd have filled out into a decent sized featherweight.
Could even grown him to being a lightweight.
Yeah, at 5'10", he had the frame and stature to carry it. Yeah.
But sad news. What actually happened, as far as you know?
There's bits that I know, and I don't even know how factual they are, Lee. So out of respect to Tom and his family, I don't even want to speak about what happened. But what I've said and will keep saying, he was shot, which has been put out in the news. Shot in the back, which is cowardly for anyone to be shot from behind. Or it's like back in the day, Lee, when you'd get jumped from behind. You get slide shotted from behind. You can't even see it coming.
Back in the day, you wouldn't even be. Guns weren't even around.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You'd have a straightener in a nightclub. You get jumped from behind. Difference, but he's been attacked from behind. Cowardly. He didn't stand a chance to even see it coming, did he?
No. It's like I say, 21 years old, such a sad loss. And like I said, the few times I did meet him, he always put a little smile on my face, and I remember watching him for the first time because you'd spoke highly of him, and so did quite a few other people. And I remember just smirking a little bit, thinking he was cheeky, this kid. Yeah, really cheeky. Beautiful boxer.
Cheeky little chappy, weren't he? Yeah, people that know me and people in boxing know I've shouted from rooftops about Tom Bell. You get them talents, natural talents that just walk through your door. And Tom was just a natural talent that walked through my door. And I've said this to my personal friends and my family and my partner. I thank Tom, and I genuinely mean that. I thank Tom for choosing me to be his trainer. It was an honour that he chose me. All them trainers out there locally, and he chose me. And
but you're developing a bit of a reputation for yourself. You've worked with some of the best people. The featherweight division is dominated by your fighters, or fighters that train
in and
in
around.
your gym.
Yeah, in and around what I've. Down from down from bantamweight up to featherweight.
Could you work with the McDonald
brothers?
brothers?
Not the main trainer. That was a chap called Dave Woolley. But people in and around that, Steffi Bull, myself, others, we were all part of that team, and we built them and developed them, and we've just got a know-how how the lighter divisions.
Doing a bit of doing a good job round here, isn't he? Because he's providing an outlet for all these young fighters, to a platform for them to showcase their skills. Yeah,
without Steffi in Doncaster, there would be no professional boxing. At the time, you'll remember my promoter manager John Rushton. He was Doncaster boxing, then he come out of boxing, and Cargreaves a little bit in Doncaster, but then Steffi just stepped up to the plate, and he's giving platforms for kids to go out there and showcase the skills, good amateurs, and then turning into decent professionals. He's turning out champions. So without him over our way, it wouldn't happen.
What's happening now? I know you did a little run. The gym did a run. To raise some money. But I believe there's talk of putting an amateur.
I already had the amateur show booked for Friday 15th before what happened to Tom. It was just at a different venue, so we're just in process.
Is that Friday 15th of February?
Friday 15th of February, yeah. We're just in process of changing that venue, Lee, and making it to a bigger, better venue, and all money raised will go to Tom's family for funeral costs and whatever else Tom's family need.
No, it's like I say, really sad news. And when did I get in touch with you? I'd seen something on Facebook, and
it was either late Thursday into early hours of Friday morning, it could have been, or very early the next morning, Lee. I spoke to Steve Wood, his manager, at 11:30, left him a voicemail. It was Thursday evening because I phoned you then, didn't I? And I said I couldn't get in contact with Steve, but you're going to hear some bits. Please let him hear it from me. And that's how we all are, Lee. You know. Are
you still in shock?
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, I ain't had a chance to grieve properly yet. Millions of people just asking for interviews. Do this, do that. Can I do this? They weren't there before, so, and I know it's news and it does need putting out there, but Lee, I contacted you to do this interview because Tom were a VIP fighter. Tom were part of us. They weren't there. You took your time to come and get to know Tom and other fighters. They didn't, they hadn't, so they're just basically been nosy bastards, and no, it's not. I'm not about that, so I'll just stop contacting me. I'll contact you if I want to do an interview with you.
Yeah, no, it's hard because the relationship between coach and fighter is a very close bond, because you're sending him into battle, aren't you?
Yeah,
you know, and if he can't fully trust you, then you're not the right coach for him.
No, it's not just like he's touching there. It's not just the fighter that trusts you. The whole family has to trust you, and you have to build bonds with the family as well. And
how are the family taking it then? Obviously, they must.
No words can describe, Lee. I ain't, like I keep saying, I can't and won't speak for how they feel. All I know is that they're like me, they're devastated. But yeah, touching on the family, they have to trust you to look after their son. And I've known Tracy a long time, Tom's mum, and I know that she trusted me, and I'd give 100% for Tom. Always did, always would, and not just Tom, but any fighter. Yeah, like especially at that age. Yeah,
they're babies still.
Babies, you're nurturing them, aren't you? And just trying to do your best for them. Yeah, he would have been a special. He was a special kid, but I'm saying he would have got to stratosphere out there. Like you saw it. You know what I'm on about.
I'm not being funny. It seems like all the lads that come and train down at Freedom ABC is. they're all developing into special fighters. Josh, Reese Mould, Isaac Lowe. You know, these are all guys that are going on to. Well, Reese not made it yet, but he's going to be fighting for the English title. One already a world champion, one a WBC international champion, former Commonwealth champion. You know, these
British
are all,
title challenger list, European challengers, they've, Freedom Boxing Club. It's a special place.
It is a special place
for special people. Once you come and get inside of it, Lee, you've been and you know people going about families in boxing, and
it's a great family yours, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Part of it.
A massive part of it is going to be a big void there, where Tom is and was in our family. A kid that never ever let me down, and I said this before, there's boxers out there that say they'll do this, they'll do that, they'll be there. Tom was there. Tom did do what he said we're going to do. Just special kid, straight up and down kid, good lad, loved the kid.
Yeah, well, I think we'll leave it on that, and hopefully we'll find out some news, and the people who are culpable for it will be caught and punished.
Yeah, well, as and when, Lee, it comes to trial, whatever outcome they get in the trial ain't long enough. It's nowhere near long enough.
Not in this country.
No, they've taken a life, and I'm not saying a life for a life, but whatever sentence they get, not long enough for me. It won't be long enough, because you know what this British system's like. Sit in a nice prison. Stick them at Lindholm where we're at now. They can come and sweep my fucking floors every day, and yeah.
Yeah, because it is on the premises of the prison, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that where it started from? Because I remember Naz doing a show there a long time ago.
Yeah, Pete Bell, one of Tom's.
It's a charity, isn't it?
It's Spirit of Freedom Project is the big umbrella, and under that umbrella is Freedom Boxing Club. It's designed to give people second chances and keep them off streets, give them a purpose in life. As you know, I've had down times in my life, Lee, and that's why I chose to set up what I did, and what it represents and stands for. It's a facility for people out there to see that there is second chances, and people will give you a second chance. And a chap come over, Tony Dunlop, a trainer from Ireland, and I'd never really thought about this. When he looked at the gym, he went, Freedom Boxing Club at a prison. He says, you've got prisons over there seeing freedom, and yeah, that made me smile. Yeah, but it's not about what I've done, and this interview is about Tom. And
well, what I'm going to do, I'll put that little fight on there. Even though he loses to a very good kid who's now a professional himself. I think he's 3-0.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
but it's a really good fight.
I'd love to see that, Lee, and I'll get in contact with that lad, and I'll follow his career. And I want to try and get in contact with majority of Tom's old opponents, and see if they've turned over, follow their career, and see how they're progressing. It'd be nice.
Yeah, his little legacy.
Yeah, there's that old saying, isn't there, Lee, gone but not forgotten, and on art, he won't be forgotten. And people that know me know what I'm about. I say that.
Well, I say you're one of many, mate, because every person I've spoke to about it have all had fond memories and kind thoughts of him. So
yeah, that's very nice, and I thank people for that, Lee. They can't have said bad about him anyway, because there was no bad to say about him.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
Well, Jimmy, like I say, not an interview I ever thought I'd be doing. I thought I'd be long and gone before any fighter that I'd spoke to goes before me. So
yeah, me too, Lee, on that. Yeah, me too, and I hope it's the one and only one I have to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for your time, Lee.
Thanks, Jimmy. Bye, mate.